Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again. Also, what I need for you to do, sit back, relax, put on your headgear. Oh, my worthless 2 cents is about to put something in your ear.
And you know it, and you know it. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, yeah, that's me. That's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again with another episode. With another episode. With another episode of my worthless 2 cents table talk. Where your approval is not needed. Absolutely, positively is not needed. Look here, old country boy is just tickled pink tonight because you know it's October breast cancer month. So the old country boy is tickled pink tonight. Look here, I have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guest that has graciously, that's a new word for old country boy, has graciously accepted the invitation, the reservation to join this old country boy. She always up yonder somewhere. She up yonder. She up yonder, way up yonder. I think she northern or something like that. But she has accepted the reservation and the invitation to join this old country boy and his big girl here at the table.
Yes.
So look here. Y'all know old country boy. If y'all know anything about me, I am long-winded, but I'm going to keep it short. Look, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to relax.
Can you hear me? How y'all doing? Can you hear me?
Hey, you good. You good.
Okay, I can't hear you. But how y'all doing?
You can't hear me?
No.
Hold up now. Hold up. Let's see here. What's going on? Look here out there in Atlantic. I hear you good over there. Hold on a second. Let's see if it's over here. Hold on. Wait. Try it now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
That's crazy. Can you hear me though?
I hear you fine.
I can hear me.
Good.
Look, but I can't hear you.
Look, you just do what you need to do over there. Look, you have your way. It is your time. Look, this is my guest tonight. I don't know. We're going to work out this technical difficulties. Oh, do what? I tell you what. Click off, click back on. All right, look, she's having some difficulty. That's what happened when you know, when the North and the South come together, boy, you get them things mangling together. You get the North, you get the South. But that's all right. That's all right. We are going to have a wonderful show. I'm so excited to have her. Old Country Boy actually had the opportunity to grace her platform. She's got a podcast. She has written books. She's a writer too. She does children's books. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Old Country Boy is so blessed and honored to be able to have her join us tonight. As soon as she figures out her little deal, she'll be right back on. Then y'all ain't got to look at my ugly mug because I have my ugly mug up off the screen. Y'all ain't got to look at me no more. Y'all can look at her. You ain't got to pay me no attention. Look, wait a minute. I think she's a coming back. I'm back.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
It can't be beat, girl. Look at here. You know, I keep the fish on the line. I might not be able to reel it in,
right?
But
I'm glad. Thank you so much because I could hear you. I couldn't hear you, but you said you could hear me.
I could hear you. Look, I keep it. I hold that pole.
Hey, you got to. Thank you so much for having me on the show, even with the technical difficulties. I think that was on my end, so I apologize.
It's good. Well, look, I already told them enough about. I ran my trap enough. So what I need for everyone out there in listening land, that look here, I want y'all to know right here, this show tonight is live on Facebook. It is live on YouTube. It is live on Instagram. It is live on TikTok. We gonna take over the nation tonight.
That's
Yes,
what's up. That's that.
indeed. Yes,
Hey,
indeed.
we got
So,
to.
what I want for everyone to do, sit back, relax, put on your headgear. Put something in their ear. Have your way. It is your show now. Tell these folks something. I'm gonna sit over here with my big girl.
You know what's going on, y'all, people out there. As he say, my name is JeDonna Mathis. I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I go by Lola. I'm a self-published author. I'm also a founder of Lola's Chronicles podcast. I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm 34 years old. Um, Trying to think what I'm trying not to leave out nothing.
Don't leave out nothing.
um,
Look, at 34 years old, I know you look, the journey might not have been that long, but you done had some journey.
yeah, I done had a time. I done turned into a big homebody now because I with them streets had me in the chokehold. I'm telling you, they had me in the chokehold. Thank God for writing though, because that kind of kept me, a little grounded. But it's been a doozy. Um, I'm a single mother of one. My child's father went to prison for first degree murder, so I've been doing this on my own now for about 8 years. Um, I started writing when I was about 10 years old, but it was like more so like an escape for like an anger management tactic because I grew up, being raised by my grandparents and things like that. So I developed some anger issues with my mom not being around and things like that. So I used to fight a lot. So my auntie one day brought me a notebook and told me, when I get upset, maybe I should start writing my feelings and emotions down. And I would do so. But I wasn't really thinking like, okay, this is going to be something that I look forward to being my career later down the line. It was something that helped me escape the things that I was encountering in the real world. And as time progressed, it went along, I got older. I say about middle school, I was writing poetry. And then I was getting to my freshman year of high school. I started doing more of short stories and erotica stories, So my mind was in the gutter all the time. And I would write these stories and let people read them. And everybody used to want to pass my notebook around in high school and have me write these stories and whatnot. And I still never thought like, okay, I'm gonna become this published author. That was never a part of the plan. That was not my plan. They say you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. You know what I'm saying? So that never was my plan. I still wasn't thinking about it, but I would write all the time and let people read the stories. And one day I was sitting at my sister's house. I'll never forget. Her husband at the time, where I was telling them about some things that happened at the park or something we had did because, growing up in the streets and I've encountered being a part of gangs and things like that, getting off into the wrong things. So I was telling him, about a day we had. Can't remember, like it was some fights or something we got into, and I'm telling him, and as I'm telling him what's going on, he like, man, you got a crazy life, little sis. He was like, you should write a book. And I'm like, what? I'm a teenager. I ain't just thinking about writing no book. I'm like, man, write a book. He like, yeah, because he like the stuff, the stories that you got and the things that you be encountering. He was like, I think it'd be interesting. I'm sitting there, I kept brushing it off, like he talking about write a book. So I was babysitting for them one night and I decided to give it a try. So I was sitting on their laptop, on their computer, and I didn't have no laptop or anything at the time, so I would only write on it when I came over their house. So I started writing on it, and I got so intrigued with it, and I'm just like, I was so proud of myself. I hadn't told anybody that I started writing a book yet. I was just always on that computer typing, and I ran into writer's block, and now I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I started writing another book and I was going to it was basically my freshman year in college, and you get your student loan money and all that. So I went and I bought me a laptop. And when I bought the laptop, I took my stories off that computer and put all the files on my laptop. So now I'm writing on this book every single day. I'm able to take it home wherever I want to go. I'm in the park, hanging in on the block with the fellas. I got my laptop with me. So by the time I got 18, I had written 2 books. But it still wasn't never, like, okay, I'm finna publish these books and put them out there. I just wrote them. I liked to write. It was just wanted to challenge myself and see if I could do it. And I had wrote 2 books, and time passed. I wasn't thinking about becoming a published author. Like I said, that was not a part of the plan. And till the situation happened with my baby's father, um, I had to think of something like, that was going to be more grounding for us. So my life had went up in a whirlwind in a matter of seconds, and I had to think fast, because like I said, I'm not ashamed of what I was doing. I wasn't doing the right thing though. I was out here in the streets. I was a damn good mom though, don't get me wrong. I was doing what I was doing as a mother, but you know, it was just more so living the fast life. It wasn't where what I should have been doing. And I had to think. I had to think like, I was in the midst of losing everything at that moment. And I had to think like, okay, what is something that I could do? Because now I have to be mother and father. So what is something that I can do to benefit her in the long run? And I couldn't think of nothing. I'm like, man, I don't know. This is all I really know how to do is to get out here and hustle and be out here, and gamble and doing all the wrong things. And I'm like, I just know I don't know what I can do. And one day, my cousin, I sent her. I don't even know how we got on the topic of my book, but I emailed it to her, and she comes over and she got 2 envelopes, right? So the 2 envelopes, I'm like, I'm not thinking nothing of it. She was like, this envelope right here, don't open this. You're going to take this to the post office and send it to yourself. Don't open it. Don't look in it. Don't nothing. And I'm like, why would I do that? She was like, it's like, somewhat it's like a copyright. You're copyrighting. Just don't open it. Date it and send it. Go to the post office and mail it to yourself. I'm like, okay, I ain't opened it, but I just was like, whatever. So the other one that she gave me, I opened it, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, these red marks on here, like, what's going on? Like, so I called her, and I'm like, why you got all these red ink pen marks on here? Like, what's going on? She was like, don't be mad. I went on and edited for you. I really think you should make the changes and put it out here and publish it, JeDonna. And I'm looking like, publish it. Like, girl, I'm not thinking about right now. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to get this boy out of jail. Where we finna move to. I wasn't thinking about it. She was like, no, I'm telling you, just go, just try it. Just try it. Just try it. And they convinced me. And I published my first book in 2016. It's been one heck of a journey, but I'm so glad that I took that initiative to listen and put that book out there.
Wow, that you know what you said is so true. We don't know the things that are being sometimes what's being planted inside of us. We think that we know. Oh, I'm going over here, but just that little with your aunt giving you this pad here instead of taking out your anger over here, do something constructive with it. Those things that mold us. I mean, and look what it turned into. It turned in a way for you to get out so much stuff. Now, can you imagine? And I know some folks out there right now that don't get out nothing. You know how some folks they keep it all bottled up inside. They don't want it. They don't write nothing down. They'd rather just explode.
And I understand that point of view of life too, because that was me. I was that person that didn't like just I'll even say, to be honest, like within the last few years is when I really started expressing myself and saying things, because at first I was that person. I held everything in. I'd be upset or about something, or you do something to me. I let it roll off my back, but it bothers me. I'm holding it in, and it became a point to where things were affecting my life more than it should. And it was like I was losing a grip on me because I was so upset with a lot of people. And it wasn't that I was afraid to express myself. I didn't want to endure the outcome of expressing myself.
Mm,
Some people can't handle the truth. Some people don't like to be told about themselves or put in a place. So then it was more so like, oh, I'm going to risk losing this relationship with this person if I say this or say this. But I wasn't looking at it like, okay, you're not speaking up for yourself either. You allowing people to walk all over you. You're just holding everything in. And then it's like, when you do it, let it out, you taking it out on the wrong people. That was my thing. I would take it out on the wrong people that have nothing to do with what happened to me or what somebody else did. But it was like they can say the wrong thing at the wrong time and it would trigger what the other person did. And
yes.
now I'm unleashing these emotions that they should have got on somebody else. So, I know how it is being on that side of the fence. And like I said, like they always say, there's no such thing as halfway crooks. So, but I can say that I was teeter-totting on the top of that fence for a long time. You know how you go to jump over a fence and your shirt get caught? My shirt was caught on the top of that fence for a long time. So I understand how it is. And it's more so, it was like, I'm glad that I was able to unhook myself and get on the other side and look at things differently because I'm like, I don't care if they get mad now.
Right. Right.
If it's gonna interrupt my inner peace, then I don't want to be around it. But
I ain't
it took a while for me to get there. It did.
that's amazing. It's two things you said. You know, one, I was gonna say that. First thing is this: it's so many people are bleeding on people who didn't even cut them. That's that part, and maybe folks don't get that. Bleeding on somebody that didn't cut you, it means that the person that did whatever to you, you didn't say nothing to them. But here you go over somebody else that ain't got nothing. Like you said, ain't got, I don't know a clue about what's going on. And you done jumped all up on them and done put them in a chokehold and then punched them all in the face. They don't even know nothing. But here this one was that caused it. And they got away scot clean. And
Yep.
the other thing I was gonna say was this: it is that this journey and that thing about teeter tottering is so true. But here's where I think that you got to, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Where you got to the place was is you understand what your peace cost you, and you wouldn't finna let nobody have it for free.
No, not no more. It got to the point to where they say you when you get tired, you get tired. And I was at a point in life where I just got tired of people. And I would seclude myself from people, or I'd be like, they do something and I just avoid them. And it's like, no, you know what? Just say how you got to say it. And we're going to take it how you want to anyway. So, I feel better expressing myself. And that's another thing. They make me mad. I just kill them off in one of my books, and then I, man, make myself feel a little better.
I love it. I'm gonna have to read one, make sure I ain't dead in the damn book.
Oh no, you good, right? You so good in there with me.
I I love that. I love that. You make me mad. I'm gonna just kill you off in a book.
Yeah, yeah. I know how to get you back. Don't worry about it. That way what happens? You read it, you be like, man, dang, you was really upset with me. Yeah, I was. I was that. That's how mad I was. So it's a it's it's an outlet. Writing has become my best friend. It's been a journey too. I've went through two traditional publishers. Oh Lord, I can go on and on about that. But I've been learning the game as far as me being, having my own LLC now, where my pen leaks fire LLC, and building my own brand and name. And I'm just happy that I became my own self-published author. My first two books that I self-published, one is Lola's Chronicles, and that's my short story series. You got about 15 different short stories in there. Some of them that's gonna carry on to part two. Some of them that's not. They leave you hanging on the edge, wanting more. I got Loyalty and Envy, which is about the two sisters revenging their mother's death. Um,
Wow.
I just was so geeked about that because it was like, okay, this is me. I'm in the process of republishing my two first books that I wrote when I was 17. So I'm excited about that, to have all of them gathered under my own name now,
Right.
instead of being under this company name and that company name. I got all my rights back and everything, and I'm gonna put them back out. And I'm excited about that. That's four novels right there. So, and it's crazy how, like I said, from jump, I never expected this to be my journey. So to look at how far I've come from getting that first notebook to not leaving the house without a notebook, to where don't touch my notebooks. I'm a notebook fanatic now. Um, we will fall out behind my notebooks. For real. I tell my daughter all the time, do not touch my notebook. I'm one of them. I get upset. Don't rip no. Oh, we won't talk all week. You rip a piece of paper out of one of
I just need some scratch paper.
Yeah, you need something. I got loose leaf paper. Just ask me. Don't snatch nothing out my notebook, because you never know what I want to use that page for, blank or not. And um but it's been a fun journey. It's been lovely, being able to put those books out there and see my name on these book covers, and coming from where I come from and how I came up, and it was like, oh, this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? This is something that my grandkids is gonna be able to see, and long as I push myself and get myself out there, this can pay for my daughter to go to college, and leave her a company. I'd rather leave her a will instead of a bill. Try to break some generational curses and stuff. So it's just an amazing thing, because now I'm this author. People want my autograph, and it's like, they're on my case. When the next book coming out? This, I'm loving it. A couple people that told me I done became their favorite author. So it's just like, it's I never would have thought getting that notebook at 2 years old would turn into something so amazing.
That is truly amazing. Now you know I'm gonna have to look. I want to know. I'm gonna pick on you now. Now that second book, I got to give me some background, because you put that up there and pulled it back real quick. So old nose and country boy. Now tell me about that one again. I need to know what a in that one. Yeah,
Which one? This one?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, Loyalty and Envy. And
Look, can we bring that to the table? Let's ooh, right? Loyalty and envy. This is her book. Tell us about the book. Tell us.
yes, Loyalty and Envy is about two sisters, and the sisters, their names are Loyalty and Envy. And their mother named them Loyalty and Envy because she got pregnant while she was in the streets. And she said that's the only two things in the world that can either make or break you,
Mm.
loyalty and envy. And she was a big time drug dealer in the streets of Grand Rapids. All my books are fiction. A lot of people think I'm writing about a real drug queen pin woman. If it's one here, I don't know her, okay? But um somebody kills their mother,
Mm.
and you have one sister that she really don't want to be a part of everything. The mother done built up this big strong empire. She got businesses and money tied up all throughout the streets. And you got one daughter that thrives and lives on being just like the mom. So you got one sister that's trying to keep their mother's name alive and make sure everything going good. You got one sister that don't want to be a part of it, but she's automatically a part of it, Loyalty, because she's the oldest sister. She knows everything about it. She just don't want parts of it, since she's seen how them growing up and it taking their mother from them. Their father wasn't around, and it's just more so, it's like the streets helped their mother raise them. and somebody had the guts to kill her, and so they're trying to keep the empire afloat on top of figuring out who killed their mother, and they willing to take the entire city down if they got to find out.
Wow. Wow. Now look, now I need to know. I need you to tell these folks what they can look. You got me. Look, okay, boy, look here. I might be done got me another book already. I mean, boy, look here. That's look. Now, when that turns into a movie, can I star as something? I don't know what's
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
I got you. I got somewhere you can slide on in there. I got you. You can slide on in there.
I don't know what part of country boy would play in Grand Rapids, but hey.
I got some. I can fit you in there somewhere. I'm currently writing part 2 right now. It's available on Amazon.com. You can get it on Lulu.com, Walmart.com, BarnesandNobles.com. Um, yeah, so and I also do I try to keep copies in. They be going fast. I try to keep them in. I also do shipping and send off signed copies, that way. I do pre-orders to where, I get so many orders and then I order them and sign them and ship them off. Depending on how far you are, I might take care of the shipping and handling. Um, Pretty much that's where you can get them at. I got part 2 coming for both of them. Everybody been on my case about this part 2 though. They really have, because the way I ended the book, they like, look, hey, I do and then with the short story series, I try to mix it around and do like drama, family trauma stories, I do erotica sex stories. I try to do like work my way through all different, storylines with the different stories, just to like give y'all a preview of some of the chapters in Lola's Chronicles. I named that book Lola's Chronicles after my podcast because I always got something to say. And they asked me what's my favorite book, and so far I love this one because it's me on the cover of it, so I love it. But like I got one of the stories it's called Our Sexual Chemistry. You Never Loved Me Anyway. Oh yes, I did that. That's a story about somebody that ended up having relations with their boss at work. Somebody out there could probably relate to that. I don't know. Um, I got a story called This What I Get. You Can't Leave Me, Lust Over Love, My Playmate Is My New Roommate, A Flight Worth Taking, Staying Ahead of His Games, Jingle Bell Rock. There's a nice little Christmas something going on there. Don't Be Scared to Go, Just Save My Baby, and Disloyalty Will Get You Hurt is a few of the titles of the stories in the short story series.
Wow. Wow. Now I'm gonna ask you, and I think you probably touched on it a little bit about the writing. So, what has truly been one of your inspirations that you go back and you pull from, that you keep? I know it was a way of releasing some stuff early on, but to keep it going, what has been something that has made you has been your inspiration?
I would say, like, I've been doing some real deep thinking, and I would say my inspiration would be my high school principal. And I say this because he did not like me and I did not like him. And we used to bump heads so much, but he used to always tell me that I wasn't going to amount to nothing, and that I was going to end up being in prison or dead, or like, he was just so negative towards me. So we always bumped heads, and um I use that as motivation because it's like I graduated high school with a 3.0. I mean, I had to get back on the right track, but I got back on there. I ended up I'm a published author. I ran into him, and he seen me and the look on his face, and we was talking, and he was like, and he mentioned it again, like, I just knew you was gonna be in jail. And I said, well, actually, I'm not. And I said, to be honest, I've only been in jail one time, and I was probably over 10 years ago. And I said, I don't go to jail. That's not my thing. I'm a mother, I said, and it felt good to put him in his place and let him know I'm a published author now. You can Google me, okay? And it's not me. You don't have to worry about me popping up in MDOC or anything like that. And it just felt good because I was a problem child. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I was the same with these wings on my back. I got into a lot of mischief and I ran with the wrong crowd and I got caught up in the wrong things, but it's a survival technique. It was survival at the time. And I feel like I use that as motivation. When a person tell me I can't do something, it's a challenge for me to just be like, okay, I'm gonna just do it because you said I can't.
Right, right.
So more so, my inspiration lately has just been hearing those voices in the back of my head of people telling me what I can't do.
Mm. Wow, that's I say it so much is a lot of people don't realize that the wrong person, it can push your words can push them over the edge. The right person, it can keep them from jumping. Same words, but it depends on how the person takes it. One person can take those words of negativity and just jump off the edge.
That's why I say it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
And it's just more so a lot of us when they see young kids in the streets and we hanging around, we getting caught up in mischief. A lot of people, y'all don't know the story behind what's the reason. Not saying what we doing is always right or the things that we get entangled in are what we are supposed to be doing, but don't be so quick to be judgmental behind the young man you see with his pants hanging out, or the young girl you see that's in a group of homeboys all the time. Because I got judged by that a lot too, because I was always the girl in the group. It could be 10 guys and it's me,
Right.
and it's like, while y'all thinking is they're being dysfunctional and this that and what I'm doing with these boys, it's me that can keep them in line and keep them from messing with y'all.
Right.
Because, but it was just more so, you know, growing up from Grand Rapids, I'm pretty sure it's harder everywhere, especially if you don't grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's more so it's a survival thing. That's all I can say, So that's what inspires me the most is to let people know that even roses can grow out of concrete. You hear me?
Yes, indeed. If in my thing, honestly, Lo, I know from whence I came, and I know how difficult some things were for me. So I never approach anybody with the negativity. I always approach people with trying to encourage and uplift. Same as you, why would you want to kick somebody when you don't know? Because we all been through. You said it. We all been through something. But sometimes what aggravates this old boy the most is folks who act like what you say. You ain't got no wing. It's folks that really act like they've been wearing wings their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say it again: act like they've been wearing wings their whole life. You can't get to a point where now, yes, your shoes is clean, but you want to look at somebody with dirty shoes and act like you ain't never had.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell people all the time, you don't never judge a book by a cover, because you will look at me and when I tell you about me, you be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because my grandparents had me in church every Sunday. I was on the usher board in the choir, can't sing a lick, but I had to go get in and be in there. And I was a president of Children's Day. I was very active. I had to go to vacation Bible school and all that, you know. But we all get to that point in life when we smelling ourselves and we gotta get it how we gotta learn on our own how to maneuver through life and so much, and it's like I lost my grandmother and that really took a big toll on me. And what they say, I jumped off the porch head first. So and I used to always say, like, man, why do I gotta go through this? Because it be so hard for me. People don't understand things that I go through even in my adult life. If you got to know me, for me to break it down, and you'd be like, man, I try so hard to do so much stuff, and then it's like, man, I can't. These stumbling blocks, it gets harder, it gets easier, it gets harder, and people like, oh, well, you're a writer, and okay, I put a book out, y'all. That don't mean that I won the Nobel Peace Prize, and that everybody is lined up at these bookstores to buy them. You know what I'm saying? And I would consider myself more so of the black sheep of the family. So it's like, is y'all really rooting for me or depending on me to just,
Wow.
you
Wow.
know? So it's just more so you learn how to maneuver through life too. And I learned how to ignore people that don't got the wings on their back, because the only way we getting the wings is when we dead and gone, right?
That's it.
I thought we get our wings when we meet God. So I can't look at you like you just this saint, because if I can see you and touch and feel you, you ain't got the wings yet.
That's it.
So you can't judge nobody else, and it's just more so it just started building up into me more so like the writing, and then I started podcasting. So, it's just like I love the fact that I'm learning my way. Right. I'm learning my way. I'm done running from what God placed in front of me. Because the books, I was running. I really was. And I used to tell people I was afraid of success. I'm so used to things going wrong.
Yes.
What happened? What would I do if they really go right?
Right.
And people like, what? Like, yeah, just sit and think about it. If you coming from where I come from and things like this don't happen all the time. You couldn't have asked me 5 years ago, would I be on podcast or even thinking about running my own show?
Right.
Or thinking that it was possible. Even though, I've always wanted to be like a DJ or have my own radio station and my own Ayala fix my life. I got big goals and dreams. But I would have never told you, like, yeah, this would be me. I'm going to be on this show. I'm finna have this. And I'm finna have these 4 books out and this children's book and all this stuff out. I would have looked at you like you was crazy.
And that's, and I applaud you. I applaud you for pressing forward, for pressing on. When so many people just, sometimes that's what they need, that a lot of us just refuse to give someone. You know what that little bit of thing is? Encouragement.
Yep.
It is so, it costs nothing. I think people, they think it costs them something. I think they think it's a gold bar and they don't want to give it away. A little bit of encouragement
can go a long way.
Go a long way. Can change a life. A little bit of encouragement was what a lady brought to a little girl and said, write in this book. That was encouragement. Just a little bit of encouragement can change the whole trajectory of a person's life.
Yes, it can. And it like I said, I never would have thought. You couldn't tell me I was going to be this published author, and you got people wanting me to ghost write for them. You got people want to write with me that's want advice from me, and it's like, for me? Like everybody thought I was mean growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I've got a big heart, and they get to know me and be like, you ain't mean at all. I look mean. I present, don't bother me, because people ain't for the right thing. So I got that don't bother me look, and then it's like once you get if you got enough courage and bother me anyway, you'd be like, oh man, she ain't, it's pointless. But some people scared, they like, oh, her demeanor is, I'm not gonna approach her. You might miss out on your blessing, because I've always had to protect myself.
Right.
I've always had to have that cape on for me. I never get a chance to take it off. and so I have to be defensive a little bit because I can be too loving, to have a too big of a heart, and people take advantage of that. And it's like, then that's that me not holding things in anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking up and I'm putting my foot down, and I learned how to say no this year, and it's like I love it. No. And they can't take it because I know I'm not doing it. And when I mean it. And it's like there was a time I say no, and then all you had to do was sit in my face and pout a little bit, and I'm like, oh, come on, I got you, or let's go, or now it's like, nope, hey, I don't care.
Right.
I
Right.
said no. So, it's just about gaining that control. That control. And you're right. Encouraging words. That's just like you see somebody and you walking down the street and you say, how you doing to them? And they get to smiling so hard because you don't know what they have been going through all day. And you just said something, you look nice today, or, and it changed their whole persona.
And that's I say it so much, and I truly believe in it. Is that? But I know one thing. This is what I do know. It's very, very difficult, though. It's very difficult to love externally when you don't love internally.
Yeah, you're right about that.
It is so hard to show love to somebody when you don't even love yourself.
Yeah, you got to love yourself, man. And I like I said, I'm one day gonna have to do one of these motivational platforms and come and actually tell my story because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Where I didn't love me. I didn't believe in me. And I couldn't understand why it's not going nowhere. Like, okay, they're not rooting for me, but you're not rooting for yourself.
Mm, that's the one.
You want them to love you so unconditionally, but how much do you love yourself? Because when we start going through stuff, and depression is real, so when we get to going through that, we hide from ourselves. There was a time I didn't want to look in the mirror. I couldn't accept the fact that what I was going through and the changes, and it's just like I went through the deepest depression of my life, and now I can say I'm pulling myself out of it one day at a time, and I will be back to my full self one day, and I'll see it coming, and it's like this bubbly person always smiling, and it always in the mirror, always, my appearance is just everything to me. But when you go through a stage of depression and so much self-doubt and not loving yourself, you lose insight on you.
Yes.
And that's a journey in itself. It's crazy how you are you in your skin, but it's so hard to get back to you.
Mm,
You know
mm.
what I'm saying? If y'all can understand what I'm saying, it's you're you, but if you lose sight of you, it is so hard to find you again, and that's crazy.
Wow. That's deep, and I get that. And it is such. Sometimes I'll say it's already hard enough when you start off at level ground. But can you imagine you starting off underground and you got to dig back up just to get the level? I ain't talking about you raising higher. You just get back.
Started. Yeah. Man, and I know all about it. I said I need to, man. And I said I know how to get up and get knocked back down again and get up, and I can tell you all about it. I can tell you all about how it is to get knocked down and get back up, take 5 steps to get pushed back 10 more, gain 20, lose 50. Yeah, I can tell you all about it, and it's just crazy. But I'm also learning this what you speak over your life as well. You-
Yes.
And it's like that's why I built Lola's Chronicles, because you got so many platforms out there that want to talk about celebrities, and what the celebrities got going on. Me, I built Lola's Chronicles to talk about us. And when I say us, I mean us as people that ain't living in the mansions with the fly rides and the hybrids, way up yonder over the Himalayas. I'm talking about the same people that live in the urban communities that, that might be on Section 8, that might get food stamps, who might don't know who their baby father is, who might not take care of his kids. Or I want to talk to us as one, because to let people know that you can tell your story. We don't, it's always three sides to a story. It's yours, theirs, and God's, and I felt like I want to give people an opportunity to talk about what they got going on. If you aren't a celebrity, you could come on Lola's Chronicles and feel like the celebrity that I feel you are. I want to give you that, and put you out there and help you. Like, we got a segment coming up this weekend. Me and a few girls I invited on the show. We're going to be talking about dealing with parents with addictions,
Mm.
and two of them that's coming on is three of them, and two of them that's coming on. I went to high school and middle school with them. I never knew their parent, that they were dealing with the same thing that I was dealing with, until I put out there, I want to have this segment. And here they come, like, I'll get on and talk. And it's like, yeah, right, girl.
Wow.
And it's like, and one of them called me and she was like, I just want to let you know, this is a real touchy topic, but I really want to, speak my piece, and like, come on, And I'm like, we're gonna tell our story a little bit, and we're gonna just have a group discussion, get it off your chest. It's just the difference is we're gonna be on a public platform. My mom get mad at me all the time, but you know what? Oh well, it's the truth. This is what you created for us to go through, and
Right.
I'm gonna speak about it. And if you're so ashamed about it, fix your life. And we ain't got, what I'm saying, and then I can change the narrative of the storyline. But
So,
and I love my mom to death, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna go sugarcoat to the world that this is, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I built Lola's Chronicles for us to be able to express ourselves. I love talking mess all the time, so it's good to get on there and be able to express myself as well.
right.
Like, when I do my listening side of it, where I'm just talking and it's just me, and I go back and listen to them episodes, and I'd be like, "Ooh, girl, you was growing up." Yeah, you was growing up, because it's to listen to me talk that way, and it's like, who, I knew that was in there somewhere, and it's like I can relate to it. So when some of my friends, my homeboys, they listen to it and they be like, man, I ain't know you speaking that, you got them words. Yeah, because it's in there. We all got something in us, and
Yes.
I feel like you could come on my show and let's talk about it. That's my favorite thing to say. Let's talk about it. If you got a business you want flourishing, you want people to know about it, talk about it, how it took you to build it. Let's come on and talk about it, And it's just more so, if you got a topic you want to talk about, you see, we just did the autism one, and I'm learning, I'm meeting so many interesting people, opening up this platform and being able to talk to so many different people, you know what I'm saying, and building friendships and bonds with people that I ain't never been in places I'm being talked about, I ain't never stepped foot in yet, but it's like I'm securing bonds in
That is such a
places.
blessing.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's
and
like,
what I love about it is this, is that for so long, here's what I discovered. For so long, we've hid behind shame of things. We've hid behind the shame. We didn't want to share nothing. That, oh, what go on in this house, stay in this house. And then we have been traumatized on top of trauma, on top of trauma, on top of trauma, on top of trauma, and nowhere, nobody to release it to, because the shame says, I can't tell nobody about this. I
exactly.
can't tell nobody what I'm going through. Because, you know, what the world has put out there is, let me tell y'all, maybe some folks don't know this, but let me explain something to y'all so y'all hear clearly. The world has put out there a fake narrative, y'all. It ain't real. A lot of it is fake out there. What you see, that's only a small percentage of the people. A lot of us real people go through everyday things every day.
Every single day.
we, we go through everyday things every day. You
Yeah.
know,
Yep, and you're so right about that. And that's why I'm glad that it's more of us building these platforms for one another to come and encourage and motivate and celebrate with one another. I was
Yes.
so scared to start a podcast, and yesterday I just celebrated my first year down.
I
You know,
know.
so
Congratulations.
thank you. I was so nervous, and I'm like, I done did 20 one-on-one interviews. I love doing my one-on-one interviews. Y'all bring so much energy, and it's just like I've done my group discussions. I was so scared. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna want to listen to me. Ain't nobody gonna listen to my podcast or tune in. And then I see the support and love that I'm getting, and it's just like I needed to do this, especially when people come and be like, I like listening to your show. I like listening to what you got to say because I'm speaking from experience. I've been at the bottom multiple times, not just once, multiple times. I done took some L's in my 34 years of living. I done took some L's, and I know how it feels. To be depressed and how it feels to grow up with your parents and without your parents and being raised by family members and folks talking about you and this, that, and the third, or overcharging you, hanging things over your head, all type of stuff. People doubting you. Just the whole point of having to be my own parent at one point in time in my life, at a teenage. And it's just like becoming a mother and seeing people really going through some crazy stuff. It's a lot of people out here that has no self-control over what they going through, and then don't nobody want to listen.
Right.
I don't care if you just pulled out your Ferrari out the garage. You got a mama walking down the street with her groceries and the bag ripped and everything is gone. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear about that type of day. Let's talk about that because I could probably relate. I probably had a rough day too. I didn't pull my Maserati out one day. No, you know, I didn't pull my Lamborghini out either. So I just want to talk to you about, because I need some new brake pads and some things going on over here too. When you get paid, your check engine light come on and your brakes screeching and stuff. I'm one of them sometimes. So it's like I want to talk to more people I can relate to too.
Right.
Sometimes I don't got it.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And that's encouragement. I love what you do. I do. And the other thing I'll say is this is that when we realize this one thing, Lo, this ain't a competition. This ain't a competition. I support you 100% in what you do because it ain't no competition. I root for you. I cheerlead over here. I cheerlead my butt off because it's not a competition. So many people think this thing is about I got to step on you to get there.
Or they don't want to help you get there. They don't want to see you. They don't want you doing no better than them. And I don't get it. I don't get it. We pray to sit at these tables together.
Yes.
And we get to these tables. We pull these chairs up to these tables. And you mad because his plate a little bigger than yours. But you at the table, bruh.
Right.
Why are you upset? And I've never been in competition either. I've never been get off into that. I get a lot of people that can try to compete with me with the writing. I get people that ask me for advice, call me and ask me, or try to get in contact with me and ask me about starting to write a book and how they do this and do that. Then you give them the information and now they want to try to write better than you, or they got something this they trying to overdo. I tell people you can't compete when you don't compare.
That's it. That's it.
This is
That's
this is
it.
something. This is a gift. You can't compete with the gift God gave me. You're
Right.
trying to learn how to become a writer. I was born a writer. That's two different things.
Yes. Yes.
You can't. I can do this in my sleep. I can write these stories within 30 minutes, short stories, something that'll probably take you 2 weeks. And I'm not a bragger. I'm not boasting. It's the truth. This is something that it's been installed in me apparently all my life. And I tell people all the time I had to learn, like, I don't know why I go through this and why I go through that and why this always happening to me. Soon as I get up, here comes something. Or I just can't never have enough money to do this for my books, or I can't invest this way. And I had to tell myself, like, okay, stop being so hard on yourself. You got on your hands and knees and with your tears coming down your eyes and you prayed, you told God, one day you want to become this national best-selling author. How you going to become a national best-selling author if you don't have a story to tell?
Come on now. There it is.
It
There
took
it is.
me a long time.
There it is.
You hear
There it
me?
is.
It
Hey,
took me a long time to understand that and to get that, but I'm starting to see it now.
yes. Yes. This thing, I have come to the realization it is so much bigger than you and I could ever even imagine. You know, that God has this grand plan and purpose for each and every one of us that's so much greater than we even can imagine. And you know, and everything, let me tell you something. This is I honestly do this every day, going to work and every day getting off. When I get in and I start driving, I don't say, you know what I say? I say, Lord, you done already went where I'm going. This road I'm traveling down, you already know what's up ahead. I'm sitting here tripping. I ain't finna say, you already know wherever I'm finna go. The only reason I can go there is because you done already went there. So guess what? Just guide me there. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna quit complaining. Just guide me, because you know every crook, every turn, everything up there. You already know what it
I
is.
already know it.
I already know. And what I have to do, my words, my words. Lo, you know what my words are? I
What is
trust.
it?
I trust
Yep.
you. Whatever, I trust you. And for me personally, when I got to that point where it ain't just talk, it is really, really, I trust you. Because guess what? I know in my crazy mind, I try to come up with this, that, and the other. But I trust you.
Yeah. Got
I
to.
ain't
And
tripping.
you got to have that trust. And that's another journey I done been on too, because it was just like, even though I grew up in the church and I got the church beat into me, and it was just like, I love church. I don't get me wrong. But it was just like I got steered left. And it was just like, trying to come back onto that get into that. I was young. My mind was still fresh and open. Where I should have been in church, I wouldn't know. And so I wouldn't be grown trying to figure out how to pray, how to how to build a connection with God. I was a kid. So, and as they say, your relationship with God is already in tune as a child. Child know not what they do. But as you get older, and trying to right your wrongs, it's a little tough. It's a little hard. It's like, I know, and I didn't understand when it was like, you just need the faith of a mustard seed, you know. And when I looked up a mustard seed and seen how small that is, it's nothing, and it's like something. I was reading the Bible. I'm trying to get back in tune and read the Bible and understand. And I'm just like, it's crazy. Like, okay, I remember some of this. I remember the teachers. I never lost sight of who God was, because he probably get tired of me calling him. I call him so much. He probably get tired of me, but it's just the whole point of it is like trying to reconstruct your life and rebuild your foundation, and your foundation is you trying to rebuild your foundation, with a stronger circumference is not easy. So it's just more so like I'm able to talk about that on my platform. I'm able to, if somebody listen to it and they probably can relate and they probably don't know how to put it out there and say it or don't want to say it. Because I'm the friend that say things that you don't want to say. I'm the friend you do not want to put in a public place and stuff too. I'm that friend when you say, don't look, I'm going to turn around and look right at him.
I said, don't look. Well, how am I supposed to see then?
Yeah, I'm that friend that's going to turn around and look, like, and let them know we looking. So, it is just more so, like you say, you got to trust him, and I'm learning to lean on him and to trust him because I didn't know how. I didn't. I can admit that I didn't know how. And I see why things weren't going why they should go the way they should. He was pulling me out the trenches, but he will put me right back in there. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, you're not done fighting. And then how you gonna write the story of a lifetime if you don't know? You ain't been through something. So yeah, it was more so with that.
Wow. Wow. Well, look, Lo, it's two things before we wrap up. I have one question at the end, but I'm gonna wait till the end to ask one. I ain't got our country boy ain't got but one question I'm gonna ask you. But before I ask my one question, I want you to tell folks again, one, where they can go get your books, two, where they can come watch it and listen to you and come support you.
You can order my books online at Amazon.com, Lulu.com, Walmart.com, BarnesandNobles.com. Type in JeDonna Mathis, and they will all the books will pop up. Me and my daughter also have a children's book called Dream Big. So if you got children, make sure y'all tap in and get that. You can catch me with Lola's Chronicles podcast. I go live. I'm going to start a new schedule, which will be I'll be going live on Wednesdays and Sunday nights on my YouTube channel at JeDonna Mathis, or Facebook at JeDonna the Author Mathis, or Lola Da Don on Facebook. I go live. I'm streaming on all platforms, so you can look up Lola's Chronicles on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and check me out. Listen to me. I would love the feedback. I really would. Listen to some of them episodes and check out some of the one-on-one interviews. If you're interested in coming on the show, you can hit me up at lolaschronicles@gmail.com, and we can chop it up and figure it out from there. And I just want to say thank you so much, man, for having me on the show. I was so excited and looking forward to this.
Look, I done brought you down south now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to make it down south. That's my goal. I've been looking at Tennessee. I'm really manifesting to get on up out of this old Midwest here.
Well, look, I got one question for you. For me, it's one of the most powerful questions that was ever posed to myself. So now I pose it. It is one of the things I truly stand on now. My major question to each and every one. So you ready?
I'm ready.
$1 million question. JeDonna, what is your why?
My why? My why is for my friends that didn't make it to see the age I am now. I got 6 friends that's dead and gone, and I lost them at some young ages to from gang violence, and they didn't get to experience the things that I'm seeing and doing, and on an everyday basis, having children, being around their kids or living up their dreams. And I just want to, let them know that we came a long way. We lost some soldiers, but we still got some soldiers that's willing to stand and keep their name going. So my why would be for my fallen soldiers that's not here, you know, to live their lives. I lost my first friend at 16, and that changed my life forever. It's just different. It's still the same hurt, grief when somebody passed, and it's different from a family member and a friend. But when I lost him, I had just turned 17, and he died 4 days before his 17th birthday. And it's like he'll never get to do the things that we get to do and see, and take the trips or even taste the food that, things that we always talked about doing. So my why is to live out through them, let them experience life through me.
Wow. Wow. So that's all I can say is wow. Um, I appreciate you so much for coming. I thank you. Continue blessings, continue support, continue pushing, continue, girl, continue. And please, when you get when that movie, old country boy wants a little spot up in
I know,
there.
you, man. I got a good part for you, man. I tell you, want to be a good guy, bad guy. That's all you got to tell me.
I make both of them. You know
Okay,
it's two.
you know, you gotta let me know you want to be good guy, bad guy in between. You know, you want to rescue say today. You gotta let me know. Slide you on in there somewhere. But I really appreciate you taking the time to even have me on your show, for inviting me, sharing your platform with me. And, and I see you and what you got going on and doing. And, we met through Facebook and you came on the show and I've been on your show now. We done created a bond. We locked in. I appreciate all the support that you give me and show me on social media, and I'm proud of you too. I see the things you got going on, and that's motivation to me as well, to see my peers and watch them do what they're doing, and knowing that I'm building a commitment and friendship, companionship with people who want to see other people win. It feels good when you guys are trying to see each other win and motivate each other to do something for the better and can help each other out without the jealousy and competition and who's better and so I really love that I'm learning how to connect and network so I can sit at the table with more people like you.
It's all about. I'm gonna tell you this. This is what the old country boy ain't never seen. Okay, even in the country, this one I ain't never seen. I ain't never seen two lights fighting to see who's gonna shine the brightest.
Yeah.
They both just shine. They both just shine. And if people will get that little part, you ain't gotta be in. Just shine. Do you know that one light can shine half a room, but two
Mhm.
lights together can light the whole house?
Exactly. Yep. You so right
My
about.
mission is to light the house. That's what I want. I want the whole house to light.
Exactly. Me too. No man left behind.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That is when we can do that. When we can do that. When we can do that. When we can openly, freely, and transparently give and encourage and uplift one another. That why would there be a need for competition? Because we all getting it. When we're pouring into one another and we're steady pouring in, nobody goes dry because we're steady pouring. We're steady encouraging and we're steady uplifting.
Mm-hmm. And that's just more so. That's why I say a lot of people, in society right now, they love the controversy, they love the drama, they love the conspiracies, and it's not easy, fighting against that to build a platform where people will tune in and listen. But like I told them, I ain't giving up. I
Right,
got 890 listens so far. Um, I'm not stopping,
right.
and I want to see all the people that have started podcasts with me flourish. I want to continue to, have these bonds and share platforms and have you on the show again. It's just I'm to the point to where like I always been this way. It's enough out here for everybody. I want to see everybody win. You know, I say that one prayer at night every night, and I pray for everybody around the world. Whether whatever you're going through. I know I'm not no saint. I'm not. You don't see them wings because they not there.
Right.
Still with the devil on the shoulders and the angel on the shoulder like everybody else.
That's it.
But at the end of the day, I feel like if we start to come together and hold each other accountable
Yes.
and be be there for one another like we should in a positive way, we can flourish as people.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And before I close, I'll just say this. You know what? I don't want nobody to condone me in my wrong because that ain't my friend. If you see me going the wrong way, please be like, boy, that ain't the way. Now, if I decide to keep on going yonder way, that one's on me.
That's on me. But if you see me, check it at the door. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be mad. I might cuss and fuss. But when I'm what LL Cool J say, when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, In the back of my mind, I got a conscience, okay? So I got a conscience, and I can sit and think like, you know what, dang, I hate being wrong. I do. But I can say sorry. I can apologize when I'm wrong. I come back, I didn't mean to say it like that. I know, I can be very bold, and I'm like I say, I'm that person that say the first thing come to their mind. I don't think, I just say it, and it can be a little hurtful sometimes. So I apologize, or you was right. Thank you for calling me out on that,
Right.
because I needed to check myself, and I can't do nothing but respect that. But everybody ain't cut like that.
Everybody ain't cut like that. Well, they gonna get cut. They come around uncomfortable because I'll be looking at you. Da.
I know that's right.
You ain't got you ain't got to change the way, but I'm gonna show you it's a hole up there. I'm telling you right now. You go that way if you want to, but a big old hole up there. All right, I said, man, I'm going on over here.
Hey, my favorite line. You better listen while I let you.
I like it. I like it.
Please listen while I let you, okay?
Oh, look, no, I appreciate it so very much. Thank you. You always have an open reservation at the table. Just know that you always have an open reservation. And
Yes. Thank you so much for having me, and it's vice versa, man. We definitely locked in. I really appreciate it. Make sure you check out that book and let me know what you think, and let me know what part you want to come on in at. So I got you. I'm writing part 2 right now. Get you on in there.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's all love, man. It's all love.
Yes, indeed. To each and every one of y'all, man, I thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all go check out Love You. She is doing wonderful things. Check out the podcast, check out the book, because when the movie come out, Old Country Boy gonna be in the movie. So y'all just get ready. I'm hitting the screen. I'm hitting the screen. That's right. I'm gonna hit the big screen.
Big screen, because we coming.
So yeah, as I always say, look here. If the good Lord has given you a vision, if He's given it to you, if He's planting something inside of you, don't worry about what folks tell you that you can't do. Don't worry about the folks that talk about you, because they're gonna talk anyway. They talk about Jesus, so why you think they ain't gonna talk about you? Don't worry about the folks that don't believe in you. The ones that tell you you're too this, you're too that. You ain't smart enough. You ain't tall enough. You ain't short enough. You ain't skinny enough. You ain't bright enough. You ain't dark enough. Because that's what they're here to do. They're here to talk. But if the good Lord has given you a vision, you just keep going. You keep pushing. Let me tell you something. I know for Old Country Boy for sure, but I sure know for Lola that we believe in you. We believe in you. We believe in the vision that you have because the good Lord gave it to you. And lastly, but not leastly, if you woke up this morning and you open your eyes and you clean out your ears and you was listening, but you didn't hear nothing. Well, then you was out there today in the middle of the day in the heat or in the cooler, whatever it might have been, and you was listening. All you heard was traffic and birds. Well, here it is, at 9:14 Houston time. You finna hear it right now. Look at here. Old Country Boy and Lo, my friend from up yonder. That's my northern friend. We love you. We love you.
So I love you back.
Conditionally. And
You
there
know.
ain't nothing that you can do about it. I thank y'all so very much. I thank y'all so very much. I will say this before I leave out. Old Country Boy is asking for your prayers. I'm taking a flight out this weekend. I will be in Washington, D.C. Hey, Lo, I'm going to keep my cash app open because I'm going to Washington. So if you see a fella hanging on the fence at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue with a cowboy hat and some boots, and they try to arrest me, come get me.
I got you. I told you, don't let your shirt get caught on that fence, okay?
I'm there 1600. Like, I'm trying to get in. Wait a minute. Hey.
My shirt got caught. Don't say my shirt got caught.
Look, I heard that they removed the Speaker of the House. Maybe I can get a job.
Look on Indeed,
I ain't Washington. If y'all looking for a Speaker of the House, I'm on my way.
Hey.
But look, y'all pray for the boy. I'll be heading out this weekend to go speak at a conference up in Washington. Man, God is good. And these are the last words I will say. When our will lines up with God's will, then God will. When our will lines up with God's will, then God will. Look here, I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. Thank you, love. I look forward to talking to you soon. We up out of here.